Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's workshop. I am excited to have all of you. Today is a very special day. We are officially going to be launching a brand new tool called AudGram, so I'm excited to be sharing that with you. But before we do that, we have a lot of great content that I want to share with you. But before we get started, I know we have a lot of people coming on. We had I think over 1,200 people register for the workshop, so I know it's going to be packed. But before we dive in, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. You can see me okay. Hopefully you can see me. You can also see my presentation. Just give me a quick 1 in the chat box, or feel free just to say hi and let me know where you're calling in from. Jamie from Houston, welcome. Okay, lots of 1s. Okay, holy cow, ton of 1s. Okay, great. It looks like we're gonna have an active bunch. Dave from Milwaukee, thank you. Colin, welcome, Colin from UK. Awesome. Some more 1s coming in. Great. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep this workshop to just about an hour. I want to respect your time, and I have a lot that I wanted to cover, so I'm really excited to be sharing this with you. This is a brand new presentation that we've put together, walking you through a system that we've been putting together for a couple of years now, and then also a tool to help automate all of what I'm about to teach you guys. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. I also want to mention at the very end, I'll save time for Q&A, but feel free to ask questions along the way. We have a couple people on our team that are behind the scenes that will answer questions. So feel free to go ahead and ask them. We'll try to answer those throughout the presentation, but I'll also save more of a formal Q&A at the very end. So make sure you also have a notepad and a pen, take some notes. I'd love to have you guys really get a lot out of this. So the title of this workshop is the 5-step AI audio amplification system. So it's how to multiply your reach by turning your audio content into viral ready, what we call audiograms, and I'll explain what those are. That'll help you to drive more traffic, get more engagement, and get more growth. So odds are a lot of you guys probably have some audio content, or if not, I'm going to show you a very easy way to go and do that. And I'm going to show you how to really maximize it and leverage all the content that you do create. All right, so here's what you're going to be learning today. So the first part is you're going to learn that 5-step audiogram formula to how to turn audio clips, or it could be podcast episodes, could be interviews, into attention-grabbing social videos, even if you hate editing or aren't technically savvy. So you don't have to be a developer or know how to use expensive video editing tools to be able to use this formula. I'm also going to show you the #1 reason why most audio content gets ignored on social media. So if maybe you have a podcast or you're doing interviews and it's just not getting the reach that you want or the engagement that you want, I'm going to show you a fast and easy fix for how to add visual elements that stop people from scrolling and spark engagement. And as you guys know, there's so much content on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, and it's overwhelming. And so how do you get them to stop their scrolling and watch your content? I'm going to show you guys how you can do that. I'm going to show you how to easily repurpose your existing content into dozens of shareable audiogram clips that work across all different platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. Almost every social media channel not only accepts video content, but prefers it over audio content. And then where to focus your time so you can maximize your exposure. How do you choose the best audio clips, the sound bites, the quotes that will really hook viewers and drive action, whatever it is that you want them to do. Also, you're going to see a behind-the-scenes look at a demo of our AI-powered tool called AudGram that automates all the heavy lifting for you. So you can create stunning audiograms in minutes without designers, freelancers, or complicated software. And then finally, how to get access to an exclusive founding member deal and start using this powerful content amplification system right away at a fraction of the cost compared to outsourcing or traditional video production. So if that sounds good to you guys, just give me a quick yes in the chat box, just to let me know that you guys are with me. Okay, Nancy says yes. Susan says yes. Mike says yes. All right, thank you. Okay, cool. Awesome, man. We got an active bunch. This is great. So also, if you guys stay till the end, I'm just going to give you kind of a hint. I do have a very special surprise that only the people that are on this workshop will be able to take advantage of. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Mark Thompson. I guess you can call me an internet dinosaur. I've been an entrepreneur since 2006, so about 20 years now. And I'm the creator of Pay Kickstart. You may have heard of our billing and affiliate management solution, as well as Easy VSL. It helps you to create video sales letters. So we've created over the years, we've created over a dozen pieces of software. And so I'm most notably known for those platforms. I'm also the co-founder of Digital Kickstart, and we've been fortunate enough to generate over $30 million in sales. So a lot of what I talk about, guys, it's not theory. It's not just something that I read in a book or heard from someone else. It's actually stuff that we do in the trenches all day, every day. And so that's, I guess, what's different from what I teach versus what a lot of other people may teach. It could be just a concept that they've heard. This is stuff that we do day in and day out. Now, have you guys experienced this before? So the big problem is you've created audio content, right? I've done probably hundreds of interviews, and especially before video was really popular, I had all this audio content, but a lot of it's not accepted by social networks. So, and then the other problem is we know that video still dominates engagement. So you can just probably take your own personal experience. If you're on TikTok, if you're on Facebook, where do you stop and listen and watch? It's mainly video content. Now there are certain formats. Maybe you're driving in the car and it's a podcast that you're listening to. Yes, don't get me wrong. Audio content still has its place, but video just dominates. Now most creators are not leveraging their existing content. They create content and then they create it once and maybe they post it on one social network, and it kind of gets lost in the abyss forever. But there's just so much more that you can be doing with this content. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. How do you maximize it? How do you leverage it? So there's lots of different use cases for all of your audio content. So if you're running a podcast, so you could be doing a series, a topic like in business or entertainment or news or education. For audiobooks, maybe they're narrated versions of books or fiction or nonfiction, doing interviews with experts or celebrities or just everyday people, panel discussions that you do, commentary or opinion pieces, storytelling or audio dramas, guided meditations, educational lessons and lectures, language learning audio, true crime narratives. The list goes on and on. So here are some realities. And the reality is that visual content, it just gets higher reach and engagement. That's just how it is. That's what people want. It's just the preferred content format that people want. Now, AI can help make it faster and easier than ever before, especially in today's era where AI has really evolved a lot over the last 2 to 3 years, where it's gotten just really, really good. And we're going to be talking about that in a second. And you don't need to be buying, you don't need to be techie. You don't need to be buying expensive editing software to be able to take advantage of all these things. So we have to start to shift our thinking. Now, audio is valuable, but visibility comes from how it is presented. So again, you need to think of your audio as the foundation, but not the final product. Okay, we need to be able to do more with that audio content. Now, here's why most audio content, it fails. And the main part is it lacks the visual stopping power, right? When you're scrolling through a feed, it's visual, right? And you're not necessarily listening to people, right? As you're scrolling, you may not even hear the audio. Usually you have to click on it in order to listen to it. So as people are scrolling through, if they're not seeing something that captures them, then they're going to just scroll right past it. Things like no captions can be low retention. So some people, it may be the opposite. Like they may need to read what's on the screen in order to be able to digest or comprehend that content. Or if you have no clear call to action, it's going to hurt your conversions. So for those of you, I've been saying Audiogram a lot. That's what the kind of theme of this presentation is about. You may not know what an audiogram is. So the best way to explain it is a visual. And so I'm sure you guys have seen these types of posts in your social news feed, where you see, this a high, an attention grabbing image. Usually there's some sort of a headline, there's a waveform or a progress bar, and then you also see some captions that are live on the screen as those things are being said or narrated, and usually like those words are highlighted as they're being said. So as you can see, just very appealing, and it's something that will help to get people to stop and scroll, especially if it's just audio content, being able to convert that into video. So why audiograms matter? It increases engagement on social media. It improves accessibility for those who want to watch video but without sound, so they can still read it, and that may trigger them to want to click on it and listen. And it'll enhance discoverability of your audio content in visually driven feeds. So there's, again, certain social platforms that have hundreds of millions of users on them on a regular basis. And if you're not able to convert that audio into a video format, you're losing out on that discoverability. Now, what makes a great audiogram? So obviously the visuals are a big part of it. The captions, the waveforms, the progress bars, all those are super important. Obviously having a strong hook, having a clear message, usually something that's fast paced, especially with people, the attention spans going down and down over, as there's more content, there's more, just noise. It's important to have fast paced, and then also have it branded as well. So people will resonate with your logo, with your color schemes, yet keep it simple. Now, the challenges around creating audiograms is the manual time-consuming process of it. So I know when I first started my first podcast, in order for me to create the videos, I basically had to pay someone to do it. They would have to manually generate the captions. Then they'd have to create a template. I had like maybe 10 different templates created, probably paid about $1,000 for that. And then for each one, I would have to have those captions manually created. And then I'd have to have it manually edited, right? It'd have to be synced with the voiceovers, especially if I'm doing interviews. It just became a nightmare. So it required design skills or video editing knowledge, or you'd have to have a budget. And sometimes it would be inconsistent branding and style. And then it became difficult to scale our audiogram creation, especially if I wanted to create a lot of content, or if I wanted to take maybe one 60-minute interview and chop that up into 10, 20, 30 different clips. It just became a nightmare to have to do that. And so the difference between having just plain audio, like if you were just to take an audio file and then upload, like just create show like an old school waveform and then just upload it into social media just so you could have it on different social networks, it just doesn't look appealing and no one's going to really pay attention to it. Versus a nicely designed audiogram makes such a big difference. And so are audiograms really that amazing? In my opinion, absolutely, undeniably, yes. Audiograms is kind of your next secret weapon. And so in my opinion, audiograms, it may not be just your sole content strategy or sole content type, right? I use all different types of videos. It could be video sales letters. It could be faceless videos where you're not actually on screen. You have B-roll and stuff like that. Kinetic style video where there's like animated topography or text on a video. Animated explainer videos, or it could be like spokesperson talking heads, or screen recording, or UI demos, or vertical short form, or live action B-roll footage. So, in today's world, you need to be creating lots of different types of content. And so AudGram is really geared at creating amazing audiogram content. So, we use a couple of different tools to create all these different types of videos, and AudGram is meant to really just be the best at creating audiogram form content. So what does this mean for you? So in my opinion, the big takeaway is if you're not generating traffic, you're not generating subscribers, and more importantly, money from your videos, you're missing out on some of the most lucrative cash cow online. And you'll notice, like, basically, if you don't have a presence on social media now, you're just getting kind of lost in the mix. And again, to get a presence on social media, you need to have videos. And so audiograms work for all different types of marketing. It could be for promoting your podcast. It could be for music or entertainment. It could be for brand storytelling or personal branding, or news and announcements, author and book promotions, marketing campaigns, educational content, product reviews, even like internal company documents you could turn into audiograms, and then accessibility. And so you name it, there's so many different use cases and ways that you can use audiograms throughout your sales and marketing in your company. And so you may be asking, like, well, like, can I still jump in on this? Like, can entrepreneurs like you and me, how do we tap into this strategy and how do we do that fast? So there's still a window of opportunity. There's lots of different tools out there. AudGram is what we have just built, and I'm excited to give you guys a rare look at it or a first look at it, and a rare opportunity to be able to utilize this tool to help to create this type of content super fast, super efficiently, and without breaking the bank. A lot of audiogram tools that are out there, they are extremely expensive. And so this is something that is more affordable. So I want you to be able to create unlimited amounts of traffic and sales, and you just need to follow this proven formula that we have used in the past, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you guys are ready to follow along, just give me a quick yes in the chat box that you guys are ready to roll. I know we have we have a ton of people here. This is awesome. Okay, lots of yeses. Okay, let's rock and roll. Okay, cool, awesome. Nice. All right, let's keep going. All right. So the first one is to identify what your hook is, right? So as you guys know, you only have about 3 to 5 seconds to really capture and hook your audience. And so that's why it's important to choose the audio with that strong quote or insight or that emotional pull. So, while you do, some people will listen to podcasts or interviews when they're in the car, and they'll usually listen to it on like 2x speed. And part of the reason they do that is because they want to get to like the meat and potatoes of it. So what I love to do with my audiograms is be able to find those different clips, those big parts of, if I were to take an entire script or an entire interview and put it into AI and say, hey, AI, tell me what the main purpose or the main takeaways would be, and highlight those specific moments. That's what I want, and that's what I want to capture. So when you're doing an hour-long interview, there may be 4, 5, 6 different really golden nuggets that you want to take. Those are the ones that you really want to leverage for your audiograms. And so the clip length may only be 15 or 60 seconds. Again, people are gravitating more towards TikTok and these short form YouTube shorts, the short form content. So I would recommend that's what we want to do, right? Yes, there's still going to be people who enjoy listening to audiobooks for hours and hours on end, but the majority like short, punchy clips. So that's what I would recommend, 15 to 60 seconds. And start with your best performing episodes or segments. Now you want to extract and edit the clip. So how do you go about doing that? We're going to talk about that here in a second, but we want to focus on clarity and remove fillers and distractions. Again, we want to take only the best parts. And we want to start to add those visual layers that we talked about. Things like waveforms to catch their eyes, captions for accessibility, a branded background that mimics your logo, your theme, your style, and then a title card or a headline that really captures what is the essence of that clip to hopefully resonate with your audience. And then we want to optimize it for the different platforms. So certain social media, they would like 16:9 landscape. They like 1:1 square, 9:16 portrait. So you want to be able to create the different layouts or ratios depending on which you're going for. If you're going for square for Instagram, vertical for TikTok or Reels, landscape for YouTube. And then be able to add hashtags, tags, relevant call to actions in your description that complements the video. And then be platform specific, right? So depending on the platform, like LinkedIn, they generally like a longer description. Obviously something like X or Twitter is more a shorter description. So make sure that it's specific for each of those platforms. And then you want to publish and distribute it. So you want to be able to schedule ahead of time. So whenever I'm doing like creating a content schedule, I always try to plan a month in advance so that I have a month's worth of content in the queue and then I'm just constantly adding to it so that I don't feel like I'm kind of rushed up against a deadline, like, oh, I don't have any content for this week. What am I going to do? So I always like to try to plan ahead about what are my topics, what I'm going to talk about, and so as you're creating content, and what's great about creating long form content, and then you can chop that up into 5, 10, 20 different clips. And before you know it, you have a week's or 2 weeks worth of content just from that one episode that you may have done. And so we can repurpose one clip into multiple platforms and post multiple times with new headlines, new intros. You can tweak it. So, it may be one headline may be different on Facebook than it would be on Instagram. So really try to maximize each clip that you do and be able to distribute it across all these different platforms. So at this point, you may be wondering, so like, this seems a bit overwhelming. How can I go about doing this? How do I take my existing audio content, create videos, be able to publish it on the web? So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, even if you're a non-techie person. And no, I know it does seem expensive, but I'll show you guys how you can do it for very inexpensively. So it's time to leverage the power of your audio, and this will especially help you to tap the market online. So, but here, there is a kind of dirty little secret that most marketers won't tell you, and that you don't need any experience, right? I've kind of reiterated this a couple of times now, to create these audiograms, and that help to generate traffic and sales. And there's that compound effect. So the more audiograms that you create, the more distribution that you have, you'll continuously get more likes, more comments, more shares, and you'll start to build yourself as an authority. And each piece of content that you create will create that snowball effect. But there's a brand new way to do it. And so I'm going to show you how I create these videos, well, let me take a step back. Before I show you AudGram, I want to show you guys how you would normally have to do this in the first place. So step one is normally you have to, I'm sorry, let me go back. So it's a super simple process with AudGram. The first step is just to upload your audio, or you can paste in your text. So what's cool is if you have audio content, great. You can upload that file and we'll go ahead and process it, and then you can start to edit it. Or even if you don't have audio, you can take text, paste it in, and you can use our AI voices to be able to create that audio content for you. So you have two different options there. And then the second step is to clip that audio. So, again, if maybe you have a long episode, you want to just take the best parts of it, you're able to clip that audio and get only the most engaging segments of that audio. And then you can review the captions. So we'll automatically, so if obviously if you write text, we'll already have the captions for you. But if you're uploading audio, we're automatically creating the captions in the background, and you can go ahead and just make sure that everything looks good. The accuracy, the good thing about AI, guys, is it's super, super accurate now. So odds are you won't even have to tweak anything, but if there is that you want to, you can. And then the fourth one is to select one of our templates. So we have lots of different templates that you can choose from, and I'll show you guys that. So you can customize the design, the look and feel for your brand. If you want to use a waveform, if you want to use progress bar, if you want to add an image, if you want to change the caption, font, the colors, all that kind of stuff is customizable for each one of the different templates that we have. And then you export it, and you're ready to start sharing it on social media. In just a little bit, I'll show you guys a cool little tool that we use that you'll also have the opportunity to get access to, that allows you to take that piece of content and then be able to distribute it across all of your different social channels with unique titles, descriptions, in a matter of seconds. So I'll show you guys that in a little bit. So you can see how we did this in just a few steps. And as I said before, normally it was such a nightmare to try to do this, guys. I would create, video, or I'd create an audio recording. I'd have to send it to my designer. I'd have to send it to my video guy. And before you know it, it took me, hundreds of dollars just to get one piece of content, let alone if I tried to scale this out with multiple brands or be able to slice it up into, 10, 20 different clips. So it's pretty cool software, right? Just give me a quick little one in the chat box if you guys think that's pretty cool. Let me see it. All right. Yep. Show me the demo. All right. Yeah. So let's make it a little bit more exciting, guys. So I'm going to get to the demo in seconds. So as I hinted, there is the AI component of this. So from start to finish, you're leveraging artificial intelligence to really do all the heavy lifting for you and really speed up the workflow. And so if it's cool with you guys, I'm going to show you guys AudGram in action. I'll show you guys start to finish how we go about creating it. Okay, get on with it. Okay, cool. All right. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch over to my browser here, and we're going to show you AudGram. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen. Just give me a quick one in the chat box so you can see it. All right, getting a bunch of ones. Okay, great. Okay, so this is inside of your AudGram account. This is where you're going to be able to see each of the different audiogram projects that you are working on. So you can see on the left here, you have the creation date, you have your title, You have who created it. You also have the status, if it's in draft, if it's currently being processed, or if it's been completed. Then you also have the length, and then you'll have some quick actions here if you want to edit the project, change the name, or delete it. Now, one thing I do want to mention, depending on which version of AudGram you have, you'll be able to have what we call sub-accounts. So this is perfect for agencies. So if you're an agency and you're working with clients, you'll be able to create different workspaces. And each workspace could be a client or a different project that you're working on. And then within that workspace, you could have different projects going on. So maybe you have multiple podcasts, or just if you want to organize them however you see fit. So I can click in here and go to each of these different workspaces, and it's going to show all of the different Audiogram projects that I am currently working on. So it currently is available for Ultra, as well as if you do purchase the bundle deal. Now, let me show you exactly how easy it is to create your audiogram. So first things first, you're going to be able to click on create new, and then I'm just going to say this is episode 11 just for test purposes, and then I'm going to go into this wizard, and it's just going to walk you through step by step on how to create the audiogram. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to either select the audio or you're going to paste text. Now it just depends on how you want to do this. So maybe you already have an existing audio, maybe you did a podcast interview, or you have some MP3 or WAV file that has some audio content on it. You can go in here and I could click on select file, and I could upload it into here, and it's going to create the captions for me. The other option is to paste text. And so you could either paste text here, or you could even have AudGram create an AI version of the script. So it's completely up to you. So I'm going to show you both. So I'm going to click on select file, and I'm just got this little sample clip, and it's going to process this. It might take a couple of seconds or up to a minute, depending on how long it is. So now that's been created. I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to click on next.
Two most powerful components.
You can see it has uploaded the clip, and if I wanted to, I can go into the clip editor and I can start to adjust this. Now I'm gonna explain that a little bit in more depth in just a second. But let's just say for now I wanted to take this whole clip, and I'm gonna click on next. And what it's going to do now is going to create the captions for me. So just a matter of a couple seconds, it went in and it created the captions. So that is the first way that you can do it, is through creating the audio clip or uploading the audio. The other option would be to let's just do another one here. And so now instead I want to paste text. Or how about this? Let's go ahead and generate a script. And I have a little prompt here, so I'm just going to copy and paste it. So I'm going to say, write a 30-second script for an audiogram giving one quick tip on improving email open rates. So I'm going to click on generate, and it's going to create that script for me. Perfect. Okay, so it says, want to boost your email open rates? The secret might be simpler than you think. Personalize your subject line. With email inboxes more cluttered than ever, adding a personalized touch can make your message stand out. Start by using this. Okay, so as you can see, this just created a really nice script for me. If I wanted to, I can go in here and I could edit it. And so once I like how it is, I'm going to use this, and it's going to add it into the area here. And then I'm going to also scroll down, and now I can choose from one of these AI artists. So we have lots of different AI artists to choose from. You can click here and just hear a little preview.
This is sample voice generated from this voice.
This is sample voice generated from this.
This is sample voice generated from this.
This is sample voice generated from this voice.
And so let's just say,
does it look good?
This is sample voice generated from this voice. Does it look good? If yes, you can select it.
All right, so I'm going to go with, we'll go with Roger here. And so now I'm going to click on next, and it's going to process the text here with this AI voiceover. So it's going to generate that file for me. Okay, so now we are on the, now we're going to be clipping the audio. So I could either take that entire audio, or if I wanted to, I can, move this around. If I only wanted a certain amount, I can do that. So maybe I wanted, from seconds 10 to 40. We also have this option here, which you can zoom in if you really want to get granular, or zoom out, or I can use up here in the timeline and be able to select a specific, time in there. But for this example, I'm just going to use the entire clip, and I'm going to go ahead and play it so you can hear how the AI generated voice sounds.
Want to boost your email open rates? The secret might be simpler than you think. Personalize your subject lines. With email inboxes more cluttered than ever, adding a personal touch can...
So you can hear just how realistic that sounded, guys. A couple other really cool things that you're able to do. So we know that a lot of you guys are going to be publishing this on social media. So if you click on duration, we actually give you kind of the predefined limits that each of these social media websites typically like. So like if you're going to do an Instagram reel, you don't want it to be more than 1 minute and 30, or a story would be 1 minute, or if it's a post, 3 minutes. So, or if you're doing like a YouTube short or a YouTube clip or a TikTok story or post. So we've already predefined these limits. So if you have a very large, maybe you're uploading a full-length audio podcast episode, and maybe that podcast episode is 60 minutes. Well, what you can do is you could actually click and say, well, I only want 15 seconds, and it's automatically going to provide you that amount of time, and then you can just drag it to whatever part of the clip that you want to capture. So these are just really nice little shortcuts that you can use to help speed up your workflow. Now, once I have the audio clip that I want, again, you can either turn on or off captions. By default, we leave them on, but you can turn them off. And now I'm going to click next, and we're going to go to the timeline. So now on the timeline, you have a lot of really cool options here. So first thing I can do is I can just keep this. If I wanted to select an AI voice, I'm just going to select. So if you just have one person who's doing the voiceover, all you need to do is you can click here, and I'm going to select, so let's just say Roger, and then I can preview the podcast, and I can just go to next, and it's going to allow me to go to the next step. Now, what's really cool is what if you had multiple people that are maybe it's an interview. And so it's two people, one person is doing the interview, the other person is being interviewed. So what I could do is instead I could go take that off, and then I could say, okay, so let's just say for this part, I want it to be, Roger. And then for the next part, like with the person who's answering, I could say, okay, well, this is this part. I'm going to say, well, this is Jenny. And then this last part is back to Roger. So you can start to split this up and have multiple people talking and having a conversation all through the power of AI. So it's really nice, especially like if you want to basically create full-length podcast episodes or interviews without even having to do the interview. You just have it done through AI. And so that's how you go and kind of slice up that timeline. And so the other option you do have is, let's just say I wanted to do a recording. I could say I'm going to highlight the text, click on record, and then we have a built-in recorder. So I could just use my microphone. I can insert my recording. I could start to record it, and then it'll just get added here. So I could do a combination of artificial intelligence voices as well as my own voice. Or you could even upload your own file. So maybe you already have a pre-recorded video or audio clip. And so you can do a combination. So it can be blended between artificial intelligence, you actually recording from your computer, or just uploading a file. So just for this example, I'm just going to go back to the kind of Roger interview, and then I'm going to click on next. And now we have all these different templates that you can choose from. So you can filter by 9:16, 16:9, or 1:1, depending on where you're going to be publishing this audiogram. And so I can just scroll through here and find one that I like. And let's just say that I wanted to use this one here, and I'm going to click next. And so now it brings you into our editor. So now you can edit each one of these different options. So the graphic, the text, the colors, do you want to use a wave? Do you want to use a progress? So I can go in here and just start updating these. So I could say, okay, I want this wave, or if I wanted to, I could say, I want the progress bar instead. So we can do that. But for this one, I'm going to do wave. And captions, if I wanted to change the main text color, the secondary text color, the text font, the active captions color, which would be like, so as the voiceover is being said, it'll highlight each of those words. And then you have your media. So let's just say I wanted to replace this, and I wanted to, I have this like little podcast graphic. So I can go in here into the timeline, and I could adjust this, and I'm going to say, let's put it right there. And then you have your text. So let's just say, for this one, I'm going to do secondary text. So I'm going to do improving email open rates. I'm going to leave the host there. And then you can see each of your different layers. So it's just like a normal canvas. If you wanted to move a layer above, on top or behind, you're able to drag and drop these different layers. And then you have your background. I'm going to leave the background just because I like that template, but you can change all of that, or you can just do a solid color. Now, what's really neat is we have this intro outro feature. So what I could do is, if I have a podcast, I can go in here and I could start uploading. So here's my intro and here's my outro clip. And so now I could have the intro play at the very beginning and have the outro play at the very end, and then obviously have the meat or the main interview or podcast be in the middle of this clip. And so that's really it, guys. So I can, I've basically customized this how I wanted to, and now I'm going to click on next. And I'm going to export it. So now this could take a couple of seconds, could take a couple of minutes, could take up to 20 minutes. It depends on how long. So we do have a rendering queue. So depending on how much is in the queue, it may take a little bit of time. But I'm going to go ahead and click on export. We do work on a credit system, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But if I click on export, it's going to go ahead and it's going to add it to the queue. And like I said, it says 10 to 30 minutes, but actually it could take a couple of minutes depending on how the length of your audiogram, as well as if there's other ones in the queue. And so now you can see here, it's in queue and it's next to render. And so I'm just going to give this a little bit of time, and I'm going to refresh the page here in just a second. And again, this is a pretty short clip. It's only 42 seconds long in total with the intro and outro, and we'll hear exactly how it sounds. So let me just wait a second. And actually, while that is rendering, I'm going to go and show you something really cool. So a couple things. You have the option to clone voices, which is really nice. Depending on which version you're on, if you have the Ultra or the bundle version, you'll be able to have this. So I can go in here and say that I have 5 people within my company. I could actually get a recording of their voice and be able to use them and select them as a voice to be generated when I'm creating an audiogram. So let's just say that John is our CEO, and we want John to be able to record some podcast interviews or just some audio content. John doesn't even need to be manually recording it himself. What I can do is I can click on Create New and say this is John, our CEO, and I can give him a little image if I wanted to. And then I could either record the statement right from within our built-in recorder, or you can actually upload a high resolution audio file of previous content that he has recorded, and we will have our built-in cloning engine be able to clone his voice. And so then when you go back and, I showed you before the AI generated voices, now you have a whole nother list of all these cloned voices. And you can do, the sky is the limit. You can really clone any voice that you want to, and now you can have them stored inside of your account. And so when I go in, I could just, write up some text or have the AI generate the text for me. And then I can select John, the CEO, and it'll output John's voice. So it's super, super cool. It's a really nice feature. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, so like here, actually before I do that, so like we did a couple here. So like Elon Musk.
Today, we'll explore a variety of topics to ensure this voice model captures the full range of human expression. Let's start with something simple.
All right. And then like here's Bill Gates.
Today, we'll explore a variety of topics to ensure this voice model captures the full range of human expression.
So you can see like how realistic that sounds. So just imagine doing that, deploying that for your clients or just your own internal team, or having like a virtual assistant go in here and create all sorts of really nice audio content that your CEO or people within your company don't even have to manually be recording these voiceovers. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is we do allow you to add users. So if I wanted to, I could create a new user and I could enter their email address, give them a role if I want them just to be a normal user or have full control, and then select which workspaces they should have access to. So again, if you have virtual assistants, if you have clients and you want to give them access to one of these workspaces, you're able to do that. It'll send them an email, it'll invite them, and they'll be able to access the different audiograms or projects that are within your workspace. Now I'm going to go back to the dashboard and then we'll go ahead and download that rendered video. Okay, so it's completed. So I'm going to go ahead and download it and we will listen to it here. Let me just let it finish downloading.
Digital Kickstart presents Off the Record, Behind the Curtain of Marketing Millionaires with your host, Mark Thompson.
Okay, sorry about that. I actually have to move this so you can see it. So now you heard the intro. I just paused it. So now I'm going to play the rest of it.
Want to boost your email open rates? The secret might be simpler than you think. Personalize your subject lines. With email inboxes more cluttered than ever, adding a personal touch can make your message stand out. Start by using the recipient's first name. All right, so I'm not going to play the whole thing just so you can see, but so as you can hear, so we had the intro that played at the very beginning, and then we had the actual, the audiogram with the caption showing, and then it highlighted it. So really cool, guys. Like, it's super easy to use and very accurate. As you can hear, it sounded like a realistic voice. And as I said, with the cloned voice feature, that it just takes it to the next level. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to the presentation now. Okay, you should be able to see it now. Can you just let me know? Can you guys see the screen? Okay, just give me a quick yes. All right. Oh, let me pop my so you can see me again. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, you should be able to see me now. See the screen. All right, awesome. Okay, so let's continue, guys. So let me go to, there we go. All right, so you guys got to see AudGram in action. Pretty cool stuff, right? But I want to let you know we need a little bit more than AudGram to get off to the fastest results possible. So whenever we create a piece of tool, or a tool or software, obviously it helps to automate a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But I also want to provide you guys as much as possible so you can hit the ground running in your online business. So let's take it a step further. So we do have an exclusive webinar only bundle deal where you're going to get access to AudGram as well as a whole bunch of complimentary upgrades and tools to help make your workflow even faster. So the first thing that you guys are going to get access to with this special bundle deal is AudGram Pro. So this is the main license. So it gives you everything you need to turn your podcast, your interviews, your coaching sessions, your audio clips into visually stunning audiogram videos without any tech skills required. So included with the Pro license is you get 300 credits. So that equals 5 hours of rendering, which means, and that's per month. You can convert audio files into audiogram videos. It automatically does the transcriptions for you. It adds the captions. It includes the AI speech, the speech to text. So if you want to just write a script, you can do that. Or I showed you how AI can generate the script for you. And then we'll use AI speech to do the text to speech. We have the customizable template library. You can do 1x1 square, 16x9, 9x16, whatever format suits you. It has the built-in trim and resize audio clips. It automatically will create and sync audio form animations and audio. You can add the progress bar animation to your video. You have the caption design library. You can do watermark-free videos. You can manage as many projects as you want to.
It includes 50 gigabytes worth of data storage. And then it also includes 30 days of data retention. So this is the Pro license. So that is what anyone who invests into the Pro license will get. However, with this bundle deal, you're also going to get the upgrade to Ultra. Now, AudGram Ultra, it typically we're selling this for on a subscription, so $27 per month or $247 per year. However, I do have a special surprise for you if you just hang on with me. But what the Ultra version will allow you to do, it will unlock extended audiogram lengths, advanced AI voiceovers, voice cloning that we talked about, more templates, unlimited storage and commercial use. So you're going to be getting 900 minutes per month. So you're going to be getting 25 hours of Ultra, or with the Ultra upgrade. You'll be able to create up to 60 minutes per audiogram. So with the Pro license, you only get up to 10 minutes, but with the Ultra upgrade, you get an entire hour per audiogram if you want to. Then you also get that voice cloning feature that we talked about. So if you want to clone, a celebrity or someone within your organization and create audio files for them and then create those audiograms, you can do that. You have the full access to all of the templates. You'll have access to our caption library, all the different waveforms. You'll get an increase from 100 gigabytes from 50 to 100 gigabyte data storage, unlimited data retention. So it's always going to be inside of your account. And then you'll also get the workspace support and commercial rights. So if you're an agency or if you want to sell this as a service, this alone, guys, you could sell this as a service and recoup what the investment is. So really a nice, this really just extends the power of AudGram. And also with the AudGram Ultra, you get 40% off additional credits. I saw someone saying, what if we use all the credits, for that month? You'll actually get 40% off what we normally charge for additional credits. So you get a discount there. You're also going to be getting access to my best-selling software called EasyVSL. There's over 70,000 users. I actually think it's like closer to 80,000 users that trusted EasyVSL to simplify their video creation process with maximizing engagement, leads, and sales. It creates high-converting video sales letters. So as I said earlier, guys, I create all different types of video styles and formats, and I would recommend you do the same. Sometimes it can be a bit monotonous to your audience if you're using the exact same style video over and over again. So EasyVSL will help to create video sales letters, that kinetic topography videos, and also live action videos like you see on TikTok and Instagram. So lots of different types. You can create unlimited videos, VSLs, kinetic style, live action, all different types of formats, just like you will with AudGram. There's a template library. You can insert existing video clips. There's royalty-free stock library. It's a powerful editor. Has AI text to slide, text to video, and sync technology. So it'll automatically sync your voice with the text that's on the slides. So this is another really powerful software. Works on both Mac and PC. I'm going to give you guys free access to this tool as well. You're also going to get access to Easy Image AI. So this will help you to create high quality visuals. So you can just type in what you want to create, and it'll work its magic and create an AI powered image for you. So you don't need to use ChatGPT or Midjourney and pay a subscription for those. You can use this and create an unlimited number of videos. So you have instant image generation. There's no design skills needed. You can create unlimited images, all different image dimensions. There's 16 distinct styles that you can choose from depending on the type of style that you want. You get priority renderings. And there's this AI prompt enhancer to help make sure that it's prompting our AI the right way to get exactly the end result that you want. There's no watermarks, and it also has negative prompt support. So if there's something that you don't want in the image, it will make sure not to include that. So you get unlimited access to that. Perfect for your audiogram templates, perfect for using EasyVSL, or really just any kind of images that you need to generate for your business. And it also has commercial license as well. So if you want to use this for clients, you can do that as well. Now, the other really cool bonus that I wanted to throw in here, this is a tool that we created and we launched it about a couple of months ago called Social Tail. And it's a comprehensive social media suite of features that cover every aspect of social media management, from content creation to scheduling to analytics and engagement. So you can take your audiogram content, or really any video content or image content that you want, and you'll be able to post it on X, on Twitter, or on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on all the different social media platforms. I think there's like a dozen that we support. You can have unlimited users, so you can collaborate with your users. You can create your content calendar right inside SocialTail, and you can manage it and be able to distribute it on all the different social networks right from inside SocialTail. Now, most social media management tools, they charge you anywhere from like $100 a month to $300 a month per user. So you're going to get unlimited access to this for free. It's included with the bundle deal. So you can do post scheduling, post versioning, post templates, hashtags. There's a media library, all sorts of really cool integrations. So this is a fantastic tool. So now you can kind of connect all the dots with all this cool content that you're creating. It'll help you to create all your descriptions and then post it across all of your different social media channels. So just to kind of summarize everything that you guys are going to get access to in this bundle deal, you're going to get AudGram Pro, you're going to get the AudGram Ultra upgrade, you're going to get Easy VSL, Easy Image, AI, as well as Social Tail. And so, if you were to buy all of these tools individually, the real value is about $1,985. So obviously, you're not going to pay anywhere near that. And again, this is one of my the secrets that I wanted to give you guys access to, is this special only deal for everyone that's on this workshop. So what you guys are going to get access to, everything that I just mentioned, it's a one-time payment of only $697. So one-time payment of $697. Again, normally if you were to buy this, it's almost $2,000. And so you go to audgram.com/go. So audgram.com/go. Now, I wanted to make this an even more of a no-brainer. I know $697 may be a little high for some of you. So what we're doing, this is obviously a very limited window, this launch week that we're doing. I think it's a 5-day launch window. And so what I wanted to do was offer something that is really, in my opinion, just kind of a no-brainer. So for the people that are on this webinar, I wanted to sweeten the deal for you. So I'm going to give you guys a coupon code. Use coupon code BUNDLE to get $300 off. So it's a one-time payment of $397. Plus there is no subscription or recurring payment. So it's just a one-time payment. It's not like if you were to purchase the Ultra upgrade in our normal sales funnel, there'll be a subscription, a monthly or annual subscription that bypasses that, and you pay one time $397. So you can create audiograms month after month, and there's no recurring payment. So again, go to audgram.com/go. Tom says no brainer. All right. Larry says in. Cool. Feel free, if you guys are jumping in right now, feel free just to put in IN right into the chat box. This is awesome. Yep. Cool. I'm using another tool. I'm paying $300 a month. Okay. Well, you can get this for one-time payment for almost the same amount that you're paying per month. So cool. Yep. Awesome. How many credits do I get? Yeah. So we're going to get to all that, guys. I know you have a lot of questions. So, and I'll reiterate kind of everything that you're going to get. But also, so one-time payment of $397, go to audgram.com/go. I also have some additional bonuses on top of all 5 of those products that I just mentioned. So I wanted to, again, whenever I do these special webinar deals, I want to just make it just a no-brainer. So I know I keep kind of reiterating that, but so not only are you going to get all of those different products, I'm going to sweeten it with some fast action bonuses. But before I mention those, why should you choose the AudGram bundle? So for one, you're going to get 40% discount compared to purchasing each product individually. You're going to buy, it's great for power users who want to get the most out of AudGram, or if you're an agency and you want to sell this as a service and generate a revenue stream, you can do that. Guys, you can go on, Fiverr or go on Upwork, and you can see people charging hundreds or thousands of dollars for these types of services. And you can sell this as a marketing agency or just as a freelancer. You can create those workspaces and invite users for seamless collaboration. So if you only want those users to have access to certain workspaces, or you want to give access to a client, you're able to do that. You can create up to 1 hour long audiograms instead of 10 minutes. And there's no monthly or annual subscription. It's just a one-time payment. Plus, you'll get the 40% off additional credits as they're needed. The majority of you guys will probably not go utilize all of your credits. Now, if you're using all of your credits that are in this bundle, odds are you're probably using it for clients as well. And of course, you can pass off any additional credit investment that you're making to your client to pay for those. But it's also, you're getting 40% discount. Now, you're also able to save time with the voice cloning, right? So just tell, like, if you're selling this to a client, say, hey, client, give me one voice sample of your CEO or your head of marketing or whoever you want, and then you could put that into AudGram and then be able to create as many audiograms as you want to without that person even having to manually record their the interview. You can do it all right from within AudGram. Or if you want to clone someone else's voice, like we showed you with Elon Musk or with Bill Gates. Now, who does this work for, guys? It works for digital marketers. It works for entrepreneurs, small business owners, course creators, educators, e-com businesses, affiliate marketers, agencies, really any type of content creator, influencer, real estate agents, nonprofit. I mean, the list goes on and on. Now, as I mentioned, I do have 5 fast action bonuses that I wanted to provide you guys, only for you guys to kind of reward those who are on this workshop. So bonus number 1 is 20 additional voiceover talents. So we're going to be loading in additional AI voice talents that you can choose from, all different types of languages, accents, from different parts of the world. So, depending on where your audience is from, you may want to have one that's tailored. We have male, we have female, we have young, we have old, just more options to choose from. Bonus number 2 is you're going to get 200 gigs of data storage. So instead of 100 gigs, we're actually going to bump you up to 200 gigs. So just more space. If you do want to keep them all stored, odds are the majority of you, once you download them, you'll probably upload them into social media. You may not need it stored inside, but just so you know, you are going to have a ton of storage, so you're not going to have to really worry about it. Bonus 3 is our viral audiogram hooks and headline swipe file. So these are proven hooks that drive engagement. You'll get instant access to curated. There's over 100 different high converting headlines, hooks, call to actions that are specifically designed for audiogram and short form video content. So you can use it for all different types of videos, not just for your audiograms. Bonus 4 is our AudGram music and sound effect library. So again, I like to create all different types of videos, not just for audiograms, but you're going to have royalty-free audio files that you can use for background music, for sound effects, just to kind of make it a little bit more punchier and capture their attention. So odds are, if you were to go to Audio Jungle or one of these third-party royalty-free sites, they charge you $50, $100 per clip. You're going to get access to a ton of really nice sound library. Bonus 5 is our AudGram promotional pack. So these are templates that we have used in the past. They're all customizable. You get the source file so you can edit them and use them to help promote all different types of marketing campaigns, whether it's your podcast or a sales and marketing campaign, whatever it may be. You can utilize these to help promote your interviews and all the different video content that you're creating. So guys, all of this, I mean, it's a ton of stuff. You guys are getting access to it. It's a one-time payment, no subscription, for only $397. Go to audgram.com/go. That link is also in the chat box. So you can just click on that and it'll take you right to the page. So I'll just kind of do that really quick and I'll show you. So if I go to audgram.com/go, it's going to take you to this page. Now there are a couple of different optional add-ons that you can do. So the first one is, so I know some of you guys are asking, and I'm going to answer that question right now. How do we get access to more credits if we want them? So you're going to get access to 900 minutes per month. So that's 25 hours. That's a lot of content. But if you feel like you want to take it to the next level, you want to maybe use this for clients, or you just have really long form video or audio that you want to just have full length clips and create audiograms of it, you may need more minutes. So you can double your credits for a one time, or it is a monthly subscription, but you're going to get basically 1,800 minutes per month for a low monthly cost. So it's a no-brainer for those of you who are high volume creators. And then the other option is we have this 100% fully custom done for you template pack. So as I mentioned before, and I showed you guys, we have lots of different templates inside of AudGram that you can customize. However, if you want our design team to create one for you, fully custom for you, it's $100. And so we'll create a pack. It'll give you a couple of different options using your logo, using your branding, your font, your colors, based on your feedback. And we'll kind of work with you to go back and forth. You can have a couple of different iterations, and we'll give you, it's professionally designed from our design team who created all these different templates, and it'll have your branding. It'll be delivered in all the different formats, whether it's 16 by 9, 9 by 16, or 1 by 1. So they're ready to use. You just plug in the audio and start publishing your content. And so it can save you hours or if not days of kind of doing it yourself work. You can just allow us to do it for $100. So you have those two different options if you want to add more credits, or if you want to have us create you a really nice 100% custom done for you template pack. Okay. So again, that's a one-time payment of $397. So I know you guys may have questions, so feel free. I know a lot of them have probably been answered in the chat with our team behind the scenes, but I'm more than happy to answer them. I know we're probably coming up on the hours and I wanted to respect your time, so I'll try to answer as many as I can. Don't forget, you can also reach out to support at audio or audgram.com. So we'll put the support link in the chat box as well. If you have any questions after this workshop that you want to follow up on, by all means, let us know, and we're more than happy to answer those. So what questions do you have? Okay, so so can I use this for all of my different podcasts? So great question. So yeah, so as I mentioned, with the bundle pack, you're going to get the ability to create sub accounts. So you can create as many sub accounts as you want to. And then within each account, you can actually create as many different podcasts as you want to for each brand or each business. So maybe one brand has multiple podcasts that you're managing, or maybe you have one podcast and then you want to have organize another one for interviews, and then maybe another one for like internal, audio content. So you can organize it in lots of different ways, whether you want to do it by sub account, or if you want to do it by each of the different projects or different maybe podcasts that you have. So yeah, so it's very easy to organize all that. Can I add my entire staff? Yeah. So in the users area, you can add as many users as you want to. So, and you can add them to the different workspaces. So maybe you have a virtual assistant, you want to give them access to the tool and allow them to create audiograms on your behalf. You're able to do that. You can give them access to each of the different workspaces if you want to, right? How many templates are there? So there's, I think there's 50 right now. We continue to add more. We've added a whole bunch already. And you can customize them how you want to, all the different colors. And then again, if you want to do a custom one, we can do that for you as well. Will this work for any language? So yeah, so it works basically, it's basically every language. So especially now with AI, they've gotten so good. So any of the main languages, I forgot exactly how many it is, but all the main ones: German, Spanish, French, Polish, Danish, you name it, it'll work. If you have any problems with it, please let us know, and our development team will take a look. What if we need to do over an hour? So we capped it out at 60 minutes per audiogram. What I would recommend, guys, is chopping it up into smaller bites. So if you have one that's maybe like 2 or 3 hours, maybe do like a part 1 post, then a part 2, then a part 3. But again, if you have an hour of content, I would maybe chop that up into a minute, like trying to highlight the main parts. Those will be more punchier, especially on social media. How much can we sell it for? So it's up to you. So we had some beta users that were starting to sell this as a service. You can do it per audiogram that you create. So you could do it for $25, $50, or you can bundle it into a service. So what a lot of our agencies do is they're selling other marketing services. They may be doing other social media management. They may be search engine optimization, development work. They just bolt it on as an add-on service. So they say, hey, we'll do this, content creation for you for $100 a month or $200 a month. And then you can give them a certain limit, like we'll post, 5 or 10 of these audiograms per month. Yeah. How do we access the bonuses? They'll be immediately. So once you purchase, you'll see in your inbox, there's going to be a link to download all of the additional content. Any of the some of that content, like the additional templates and stuff like that, and voiceovers, that's automatically enabled inside of your account. Is there any monthly or there's no recurring. The only thing that would be recurring is if you purchase the add-on at checkout, which basically doubled and give you basically 1,800 minutes, which that's a lot of content for like 20 or $30 a month. So in my opinion, it's a no-brainer, but it just depends on what your needs are. How can we purchase? So you can use a credit card and you can use PayPal as well. So whichever option you want to do. This deal, so right now this deal is for you guys on this workshop. We are probably going to be running a replay of this. We haven't decided if we're going to offer the bonuses in it. However, if you're watching this video and you see that the bonuses are on here, then you'll get access to those bonuses as well. But it's a 5-day window for our launch. So after that 5-day window is up, this deal will be removed, and then you'll have to just purchase our normal kind of subscription for our pro license. Okay, guys, I know we've answered a lot of your questions behind the scenes, guys. So I think I've answered the majority of the ones that kind of were coming up over and over again. If you have any more, again, there's the support link right in the chat box, or you can go to audgram.com/go to take advantage. It looks like we had tons of people. I didn't even mention all the other people that said I'm in. So thank you guys for joining. I'm really excited. I know this is kind of a busy week for us with the launch. So hopefully you guys, if you submit a support ticket, especially in the first day or two of the launch, our team may get a little bogged down with a lot of questions. So try to be patient. We're trying to make sure that we respond to you within 24 hours, hopefully sooner than that. We have some additional staff that's helping to answer questions because we know there's going to be an influx just with a lot, so many people on this workshop, especially with all the other affiliate partners that are promoting this. So try to bear with us at least when we first kind of get this, going, and then it'll start to die down after launch week. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to all the people that have invested into AudGram. I'm excited to see all the Audiogram content that you create. After you create it, feel free to reach out to our support. We want to feature your audiograms on our sales page and social media as case studies. So love to kind of help promote what it is that you guys are doing. Love to see kind of how all the different use cases that you have. So again, one final time, it's a one-time payment, $397, bypass the subscription. There's no monthly or annual subscription. Go to audgram.com/go right now. Look forward to seeing you guys on the inside. If you have any questions, reach out to our support. Thank you guys again. It was so nice to see you guys for one of our workshops. Hopefully I see you on an upcoming workshop. And for now, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.